Turn our attention to the Great Lakes Collectors Convention that's going to be going on this weekend. Independence Fieldhouse next to Independence High School. We'll be out there taping a show that will air Monday from the convention, the Collectors Convention. Let's welcome in Mike Gioseffi. He is the president and the founder of Card Shop Live, co-host of the Sports Cards Nonsense podcast. Mike, appreciate the time very much. Now, you're involved with that Great Lakes Collectors Convention that we're going to be out at and doing our show there. Take us through what exactly Card Shop Live is, and it's really unique. Tell us how you developed it and some of the things that go on with it.
Yeah, I mean, we're super excited to be involved in the card show. You know, card shows, in-person card shows are still one of the biggest draws in the industry, right? I mean, COVID kind of shut everything down, and we had Zoom, and we did everything online. But now that we're able to get back to be, you know, person-to-person, face-to-face transactions, that's really what the hobby was based on. And so we're super excited to be involved there. Card Shop Live is a live selling platform. That's kind of become the new hot way to sell cards. Literally just going live from your webcam, your phone, going live in front of your audience of people and just selling cards. Like, hey, I've got this, you know, Ohtani's hot right now. I've got this Ohtani card for sale. You've got a room full of people. So on Card Shop Live, you would come on, live auction it, let people bid for cards live. They could do that with single cards, so they come in and buy a pack of cards, literally just like going to your local card shop, but doing it virtually.
And so you can do that with unopened packs, with cards. And I know you're heavily involved and really one of the movers of the industry. What's hot now? What is the hot card? What is the hot chase thing that everybody's looking for? Yeah,
I mean, baseball is still, you know, we call it baseball cards for a reason, right? Baseball is still the sport that drives the market. I mean, it's been the same way for the last 75 plus years. With the season just kicking off, baseball is super hot. Guys will kind of two separate areas. Guys will chase people who are in the league right now and fun to watch and fun to chase. So Ohtani's, the Trouts, the big names, and then also prospecting. You know, who's the next 19-year-old kid who's going to come up and be that Ken Griffey Jr. come out of nowhere. So that's hot baseball. And then obviously basketball. You know, we've got the playoffs about to start. A lot of big names involved there too. So basketball is definitely picking up a lot of steam right now.
You're also involved in charity. How important is that? I know you've had guys like Nick Swisher, who will be familiar name to Indians/Guardians fans, Barry Sanders. How involved are you in charity? Why are you involved in that as well?
Yeah, I mean, charity to me, it's like something we try to do it on a grassroots level, I guess is the best way to do it. We've also done some bigger events with Barry Sanders, with Swisher, but even just small stuff. When we set up at shows, you know, our vendors and our guys just know, hey, make sure you have stuff there for kids. Like, you have to have stuff there just to hand out for free, because to me, it's just a great way to get people involved. Maybe people who would never have anything to do with the hobby because they just don't have the extra money laying around to do it. Cool. So give it away to a charitable cause is going to bring people in. Especially charities that are kind of revolving around sports, you know, like what Nick Swisher and his family do. That was really just made a lot of sense to us because they're already sports fans. We want to get these guys involved in the hobby as well, so let's help them out and throw some product and some money their way. So, yeah, it's something we definitely try to do. We really try to focus it toward kids in the hobby especially.
You also co-host of a podcast, Sports Cards Nonsense. Tell us what that entails, where we can find it, when it's on, those kind of things.
Yeah, so it's a sports card podcast on the Ringer Network with Bill Simmons. He was kind of my childhood guy growing up, so when he called and had any interest in cards, we I guess we gave away our bargaining power and just signed the contract quick because we wanted to work for him. So we were super excited to get on there. So yeah, we literally it's twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. You can get it anywhere you have podcasts, you know, iTunes, Spotify, Apple, specifically Spotify. I guess that is who pays us. But yeah, we just kind of go through almost like an ESPN type of feel to it of, hey, what's happening in sports? Why is it relevant to the card market? And then how are values being affected? And then kind of a product review. You know, what's the new stuff coming out this week? You know, how do we feel about product we're seeing? So that's kind of the basic premise of the show.
You're also involved in collecting as well, obviously. Tell me some of your favorite things that you have and some of the things that you're always on the lookout for.
Yeah, typical Boston, just totally biased fan, right? So Brady, Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Pedro was my guy growing up, David Ortiz. So nowadays, too, it's a little bit different than when I was really young collecting. You can pull cards that'll come out of a pack with an autograph on it or with a piece of a jersey or something like that. And so that's kind of become the new craze. So I really chase guys of cards of the guys I grew up watching. But again, just a typical Bostonian, just everything Boston all the time, no matter what.
All right, before I let you go, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you. We've got a baseball manager here, Terry Francona. Thoughts about him as from a Bostonian? Cleveland loves him. Thoughts of a diehard Red Sox fan, from what you're telling me, of Terry Francona.
Hey, I had great memories of Tito growing up. We did pretty well with him. So, yeah, I had no problem with Terry. I have fonder memories of him than I had of some of the 03 and before managers. So I'm good with Tito.
All right, Mike, as always, appreciate it. Thanks very much for the time. Thanks for your involvement with the Great Lakes Collectors Convention coming up this weekend in Independence as well.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the time.